What's going on, fellas? So today we are going to discuss why women lose attraction when you chase and when you pursue them. Now, fellas, in order for this to work, in order for you to keep the desire between you and the woman, and in order for you to progress the intimacy in the dynamic or relationship, whether you want a long-term relationship, marriage, or whether you just want to date around, with women, period, guys, there has to be a masculine and a feminine in order for this to work. This is basic. This is called sexual polarity. All right, G? Now, 9 times out of 10, the woman that you're seeing wants you to play the masculine role. 9 times out of 10, you want her to play the feminine role. So if you're doing things to put yourself in a feminine position, like chasing and pursuing the relationship, this will ultimately ruin the polarity between you and this woman. All right, fellas, this is basic. Now that you know this, I'm going to give you a few things to do and what not to do when you are interested in a woman, because there's nothing wrong with showing interest. There's nothing wrong with making sure that she knows that you want her. But the way a lot of guys go about it comes off as feminine to women. Probably not to you, G, because most guys are hopeless romantics. But it's unattractive to women when you pursue them in a way that they should be pursuing you. All right, G. Now, first thing, I'm going to give you what not to do. All right, fellas? And I live by these, guys. This is a law. Never ask for the relationship. All right, G. This is a form of chasing. I saw some debate, and they were debating about whether or not it's appropriate for a man to get down on one knee and propose to a woman. And the argument was it's actually a form of submission for the man to get down on one knee and propose to a woman. Now, G, that's all your prerogative. That's all based on your religion or whatever you see fit is necessary for you to show a woman you want to take that next step forward. But when it comes to dating, guys, rule of thumb, never ask for the relationship. It is the woman's job to ask for the relationship, and this is why. Remember I said masculine and feminine. Masculine, I'm going to make this simple, G. Masculine equals purpose. So what does that mean? Majority of your time should be focused on your purpose. Majority of your energy should be focused on your purpose. Your purpose should be in the center of your life. So when you get caught lacking, chasing a woman, find yourself asking a woman, what are we? All right, fellas, what that does is that shows the woman that, one, you're not focused on your purpose. Two, you worry about her more than you worry about yourself. And this is unattractive to a woman. You will hear from time to time, women want men who don't care. Now, that's a vague statement. What that really means is women want men who care about themselves more than they care about her. Because how it's really supposed to be when you actually get into the relationship, and this is why you set the wrong tone when you ask for the relationship. Even when you get with a woman inside of a relationship, she should be chasing you. You should be chasing your purpose. She should be asking you why you guys are not spending enough time. All right, G? You should be worried about what you got to do to make sure you can take care of you and everything around you. And this is going to make you more attractive. So rewind back to the beginning. When you're just dating, you let her ask you, what are we? Where are we going? We just messing around. I want to make sure there's a commitment here. That should be coming out her mouth, not yours. You should not be getting frustrated why she's not pushing the relationship forward or actually asking for the relationship. That's what a lot of you guys do. And you think women are playing games, and you actually put it on them. And this is what scares them off and runs them away. Rule of thumb. If a woman is not asking to be in a relationship with you and you guys are dating, she does not want to yet, or she's not ready, or there's something in the way. But it's not your job to pursue that. All right, G, I'm not saying you can't show the woman interest, but it's how you do it. If you showing her that you want her, but you still fully locked in on your purpose, and she knows that, and you don't want to do anything to slow your purpose down, like get in a goddamn relationship, and she has to almost like force you to do that, this is how you keep the desire high. All right, fellas, not saying you should be totally indifferent. From time to time, you should and you can. But for the most part, don't ask for the goddamn relationship, G. All right? All right, fellas, so this is a mistake that a lot of guys make in dating and relationship is checking in. All right, G, ain't nothing wrong with checking in with your girl, making sure everything's straight. But when you are constantly checking in to the point where she feels like you are overly cautious about her whereabouts. Now, G, if you got a chick and that's your chick, you should know where your chick at and you should know what your chick doing. But if you always hitting her up, and it's not even about being paranoid. It's just about, hey, babe, how's your day going? Hope you have a great day. Just want to let you know you're beautiful. Just want to tell you you're beautiful. G, you guys got to stop doing that. Ain't nothing wrong with you showing your girl you fuck with her, all right, G? But what the problem is, you mess up the tension. All right, fellas, there's something called desire. And in order to create desire, there has to be tension. You have to make something scarce in order for there to be tension, in order for somebody to want something. The reason why drugs are so powerful, G, is because you go up and then you go down. If you stayed high forever on a drug, it would be fun because you don't have the chance to miss it. All right, G, so just like with your time, treat it like a drug. I guarantee you it is with these women. Time and attention is literally addictive if you know how to use it right. So stop checking in all the time. She should be checking in with you. All right, G, this is the thing. You guys think you got to make sure these women are straight and you got to check on them and babysit them and make sure their emotions are in check all the time. No, G, you don't have to do that. Let her be her. The attraction will be 10 times higher if you guys stop checking in so much. Now, fellas, some of you guys have been in situations where you have exercised the law of scarcity and you didn't show a woman too much attention and you didn't chase her, but it backfired. How did it backfire? She ended up ghosting you because you didn't show her enough interest. All right, fellas, and this can happen sometimes. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a thing called leverage. And if you have any two opposing sides, whoever has the most leverage wins. This is why a woman can meet you and be like, oh my God, I like you so much. And then the next day she ghosts you and you never hear from her again. And you don't know why. And you thought you had leverage because you thought she had burned the desire for you. But the problem was, and I'm going to give you a gem. The problem is you guys didn't have sex yet. All right, fellas? Rule of thumb, and you need to understand this. And some of you guys have seen this pattern in your life. You really don't have any power and any leverage until you penetrate a woman in bed. Simple as that. Now, caveat, some of you guys may say, well, I did hit it and I hit it right, but then she ghosted me and I never heard from her again. It's case by case, G. Sometimes these women are 304s and it is what it is. Sometimes you a revenge dick for some dude that did her wrong. It depends. All right. But 9 times out of 10, you don't have leverage until you hit it. All right, G. So you can't be acting all fresh before you even get this woman in the bed. You have to show some type of interest, G. You can't be acting all smooth and nonchalant, especially if the burning desire ain't a 10. Now, if the burning desire is a 9 or a 10 and she just wants you like that, you can move how you want. But that's usually not the case for most guys. All right, so for most guys, you usually don't have leverage until you get her in the bed. And then you can really exercise the law of scarcity. All right, fellas, don't watch this video around your girl. Because the truth of the matter is most chicks, G, after you have sex with them, and that's to be honest, guys, if she don't, like, pursue you or she don't try to figure out where y'all at, either two situations, either it wasn't that good or she for the streets or she got some, complex situation going on. All right, fellas, now, all this really wraps around your purpose. And I'm going to show you why your purpose will make you the most attractive man in the world. If any of you guys know about the solar system, all right, your purpose is like the sun. And you are actually your purpose as well. Let's say you are your purpose. You are the sun. You are in the middle, all right? Everything revolves around you. This woman, all right, fellas, that you dealing with, this chick right here, G, she should be orbiting around you and your purpose. That's how it's supposed to be. I guarantee you, G, If you just locking on you, and this is cliche and this is mundane and you have heard it every damn motivational red pill fucking video in the goddamn world that tells you to focus on your purpose. But a lot of you guys still don't understand this, so this is a friendly reminder. The woman should orbit around your purpose. All right, G? If you are focusing on relationships, if you're focusing on love, if you're focusing on being with her, if you're focusing on taking her on dates, if you're focusing on meeting up with her and hanging out with her, eventually, yes, you're going to get the pussy up front. And it's going to be nice up front. And it's going to be flames, desire, tension up front. But after a while, she's going to wonder what else is going on in your life and why you're orbiting around her instead of vice versa. All right? So, rule of thumb, more of the story, focus on your purpose. You would realize that the men who don't care about getting women get the most women. And this is how it works in anything in life. This is how it works with like validation in business. You will find out that as soon as you get applause, the applause that you need, the validation that you want, the attention that you want, as soon as you start getting it, that's the point when you no longer want it and you no longer need it. All right, guys, now, give you a gem. Y'all know I saved the game for the end. All right, G, now, from time to time, when you get into a relationship or you start dating a woman long term or even for a few months, and she really likes you and the desire is high, let me show you a mistake and a trap that backfires on a lot of guys. She will complain, all right, fellas, that you guys are not spending enough time or that you're not pursuing her enough, meaning you may be not showing enough emotional energy or you may be not present enough to her, whatever the case is, whatever the complaint is. What happens is a lot of guys react to this complaint and they start showing the woman more attention. They start taking her out on more dates, buying more flowers, doing more shit. Usually, fellas, pay attention. Usually, the issue is never time, it's never attention, it's never none of these things. It's never the thing she's asking for. Usually, it's simply just attraction. And usually, she's complaining that the sexual polarity is off. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys something that's true. Most men do not have a keen sense when the sexual polarity is off, meaning most men don't understand and don't see when he's actually playing the feminine role and the woman is playing the masculine role. Women have a keen sense for this. How do you know? That's when you'll see her start lacking desire for you, lacking attraction for you. The intimacy starts dropping because she's starting to play the masculine role in a relationship, or at least she feels like she has to. Why? Because you're amping up on the pursuit. You think you got to do more shit. No, fellas, you probably just need to focus on you, drop the pipe a couple times, and it'll be all good. All right, fellas, usually you'll find out that the more you are trying to like show a woman you want her, the more she's either running away from you or giving you more bullshit like shit tests. All right, guys, so rule of thumb, focus on your purpose. All right, G? So, hope this helped a lot of you guys out today. Share this with a homeboy that this will help out. All right, G? It's your boy, KD. We out here, babe.